everyone here at uGospel.com. We are here doing some interviews for Hillsong Let Hope Rise. Right now we're talking to Joe Houston. How are you today?
Man, feeling good. Yeah,
Great.
glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit about Hillsong. I mean, we know that you're the band leader. So tell us a little bit about Hillsong and how it all came
I mean,
about.
Hillsong, in the day, it's a church, like a local church, and it started that way, kind of with never imagining in our wildest dreams or imaginations that it would look like a movie or it'd be what it is today. Really simple, and it's ultimately what we're still doing. It's just that it looks different today than it did, 30 years ago, which is how long it's been going. When I was just a little kid, and we were in a little school hall in the back suburbs of Sydney, Australia, which if you don't know is on the other side of the world.
So in the movie, we've noticed that you write a lot of the songs, and there were some towards the end of the movie, you were having some issues with writing a song because you wanted it to be right. As a songwriter, tell us about how important it is for everything to line up, especially when you're leading worship.
Yeah, I mean the funny thing is, like with art in general, or maybe it's anything. It's like, how do you know anything's ever finished? Because and there's something in it, you want to bring your best. I think our desire in life and has always been to, especially when it comes to using it for the purpose of connecting people with God, which is a giant responsibility, is to go, well, I want to do my best. And that can lead you to sometimes just not doing a great job because it's too much pressure, or like diving in. And sometimes it comes easy and sometimes you've got to grind for it. And I think the best songs, they're honest, and they come from a place that's real, and they come from a place that is not okay, the ABCD of how to write a pop song, because anyone can do that. It's about finding that place where it's like the deep aspects. And I think when it's personal and when you walk through it and there's a moment where you go, okay, this feels real for me as a songwriter. It's real for me. If it's real for me, my prayer is it's real for other people, because we have a shared humanity. There's something about each and every single one of us that is unique, but for the most part, we're all the same. And I think that's why God is beautiful, because he speaks to us in a unique way, unique to our circumstances, but he speaks to the things that are common for everybody. And ultimately, it's wrapped up in who he is, a God of love, a God of grace, a God who is faithful and he's with us. We're not alone. And so that's the stuff you try and wrap up in the songs, but in a way that kind of helps people experience it for themselves.
Definitely. Now, a lot of people, they'll know from the movie that your parents are actually the pastors of Hillsong. Growing up, was there any pressure to actually go into ministry, or did it just happen naturally?
No, absolutely. I think I was a pastor's kid. I think anyone who's a pastor's kid goes, I feel you. I know what you're saying. But so I kind of grew up looking for an excuse to run. And there was one moment where I was like, I'm never going to hold a microphone in my hand. Like, that's the last thing I'll ever do. And yet, God's got a funny way of kind of wrapping up all the things that you say you're never going to do, and creatively watching you kind of fall into that place. And my journey's been one where, and I think you see it, in the film, and I can say the same for all the other guys in the film, is we are here and we have this great responsibility, and none of us feel like we deserve it. None of us feel like we've earned it. We've worked hard. I think we've been doing it consistently for a long time when the crowds didn't look like this and the cameras weren't on and no one was making a movie about it. But you get to a point where you go, like, we're just going to keep being faithful to what's in our hand and letting God work through us. And I think that's encouraging for other people, because they go, whatever I do, wherever I find myself, it's just about understanding that the God of the universe actually wants to work with you, through you, to help other people be encouraged. And I think that's the most hopeful thing there is.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the interview, and we're looking forward to the movie coming out on September 16th.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.